coached in your last year. You coached Tosan, young Tosan,
Yeah.
was part of the Team Newcastle Division One team. Tosan, for anyone that doesn't know, Tosan, GB youth player, he's now playing at Princeton. I think he went through the Eagles junior program and stuff. What was it like? What was your approach, I guess, to coaching? I guess a hot prospect, and what I guess advice would you give to players who are sort of at that level and looking to make the jump elsewhere, and what sort of things they should look for from a program or from a coach?
Just to sort of set the background a little bit, I'd actually coached Tosan when he was was he under 13? Under 13, I think. So Tosan was from a school, RGS, showed up at the regional trials when I was the regional coach, and he made the England squad. Like, he didn't make the England team, but 2 years young and he'd made the England squad. So he was a really talented youngster straight away. As soon as you put him in a particular environment, he adapted very quick. So when he came to Newcastle, I'd watched him for GB in the summer, and he played a lot of four. And I felt like if he was going to be a legit D1 player, he needed to play guard. So the majority of the year, we played him at point whenever possible. And we ensured the ball was in his hands at the end of the year. Once David Hansen was with us until Christmas, and then after that, you sort of got the feeling that there was a high percentage chance that we were going to get relegated, unfortunately. And to be fair to Tosan, of all the years he should have been there, that was the worst year. I didn't have a great year coaching. The guys didn't have a great year getting coached. So probably wasn't the best year for him to be involved in the program, but actually personally, he had a great year. And I think the key for me was, once we knew we weren't going to do anything league-wise and we weren't, maybe fighting relegation, was just putting the ball in Tosan's hand in as many opportunities as possible to help him develop.
Yeah.
Making sure he guarded the best player, advising him how to guard the best player, or what I thought he could do that would maybe help him in that situation. And then again, offensively, we focused a lot off the ball. We found with Tosan, he would, either hang in the corners, he wouldn't cut enough, and it was those little things that actually helped him pick up easy points and develop as a player. And he always used the dribble well, and always was a good decision maker anyway. So a lot of my work with Tosan was allowing him to become more confident shooting the three, giving them the ball in key moments, so he became the decision maker under pressured environment. So, when he went to Princeton, it became a little bit easier, making sure that he developed his guard skills and guarded the best player. And that was it. Just making sure he got what, we were never going to win, and not saying that if we did that, we wouldn't win, but what you've got to do is understand what your program's about. And a big reason why I left Newcastle was that we were always going to be a yo-yo team that'll probably get to hopefully bottom playoff level team. We were never going to invest more in that. And, so you've got to think about what's your program about. Is it for developing athletes, or is it not? And Newcastle was always about developing undergraduates with some support around you from guys from the States. But if you think about our programs through the years, if you think about Jack Beresford, under 18 conference player, went 4-3-2 and was a D1 player, probably if it wasn't for how good Rich Austin was in D2, he would have been the Patrons Cup Finals MVP.
Yeah, balled out that game.
Yeah,
I said he balled out that game. Yeah, I remember. I think he had 19 points and a few rebounds and stuff.
It was outstanding. Didn't dribble the ball once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't listen to us every year in the off season. Skip my Lou handles. What are you doing, Jack? Don't do that again in my practice. So that you've got to understand what your program's about, and really, at this level, it's about developing those guys and putting them in an opportunity where they can just learn from making mistakes, and just allowing them to make some mistakes and being there to support them throughout that.
Cool. And then, sorry, the second part of that question, what advice would you give to, a player who's, I guess, around Tosan's age and, looking to go to a program where they're going to, I guess, play Division One or BBL, or what sort of things to look for, ask for from a coach before making any decisions?
You need to play. You need to find out how much you're going to play, or realistically what you need to do to play. It's always difficult to say, oh, well, you're going to get 15 minutes a game, but you need to have a realistic conversation with the coach about, what your role will be within the team and whether that's going to help you develop. Being a role player might not help you develop. It might be better to drop a league and, be the man. And I think that was pretty much a choice for Tosan. He could have easily stepped in and done a role in the BBL for free to make sure he didn't lose eligibility, but it made sense more that he played 38 minutes a game at Newcastle D1 and learn his craft. Find out what, realistically, if you want to go as far as possible, what position are you going to play, and then make sure that you play that position to enable you to develop those skills. And then probably need to understand what the program's about. So is it going to benefit you? Is it not going to benefit you? Are you going to have fun?
Yeah.